Hello friends, in this video we will discuss the need to develop standards, how standards are made, IASB working methodology and International Accounting Standard Board members and their recruitment process. As per the discussion in our previous videos on accounting history, the link is attached in description. We discussed about the evolution of accounting process and the need to modernize the accounting practices. Therefore, with the rise in industrialization and globalization, an effort was made to deal with some of the subjectivity and to achieve comparability between different organizations. Evolution of international accounting standards began in 1966 with a suggestion to set up a worldwide standardized system of financial reporting. The International Accounting Standards Committee, formed in 1973, was the first international standard setting body. It was reorganized in 2001 and became an independent international standard setter, the International Accounting Standard Board. Standard making process is as first of all, the issues are explored and possible solutions identified. These possible solutions are set out in a discussion paper and seek feedback on how to proceed. All the ideas are synchronized and shortlisted, and these shortlisted ideas are published as an exposure draft and seek feedback from around the world and from the advisory bodies. The feedback is standardized and a new standard is issued with a support to implement it. Now let's look at the IFRS Foundation. The IFRS Foundation has a three-tier governance structure based on two independent standard-setting boards of experts: International Accounting Standard Board and International Sustainability Standards Board. Governed and seen by trustees from around the world, IFRS Foundation trustees, who in turn are accountable to monitoring board of public authorities. The IFRS Advisor Council provides advice and counsel to the trustees and the boards, whilst the boards also consult extensively with a range of other standing advisory bodies and consultative groups. The standard setting process of International Accounting Standard Board involves a worldwide accountancy profession, the preparer and users of financial statement and national standard setting bodies. IASB is an independent group of experts with an appropriate mix of recent practical experience in setting accounting standards, in preparing, auditing, or using financial reports, and in accounting education. Broad geographical diversity is also required. IASB consists of 14 members. 4 members are selected from Asia and Oceania region, 4 from Europe, 4 from America, and 1 from Africa, and 1 appointed from any area. Members are appointed by trustees of the IFRS Foundation through an open and rigorous process that involves advertising vacancies and consulting relevant organizations. Let's look at the appointment process in detail. First of all, the advertisement is made. In order to invite applications, the trustee advertises the vacant position around the world via IFRS Foundation website and email recruiting system. The application process is open for a period of at least 4 weeks. At the same time, in order to seek nominations, the chair of the trustees nominating committee writes to the relevant stakeholder groups, including from the auditing, securities, regulatory, and investment protection communities, as well as various other relevant bodies. After receiving application for consecutive 4 weeks, the shortlisting process started. In conjunction with IASB senior management, the nominating committee reviews the application and nominations. After ratified by the rest of the trustees and arranges contact with the selected candidates, the interview process started. The nominating committee, with participation of the IASB chair and the vice chair, interviews the shortlisted candidates. Following the interviews, the nomination committee will meet and make recommendation to the rest of the trustees to proceed with the preferred candidate. Before finalizing any candidate, a due diligence and background check is started in detail. Assuming the candidate wish to progress, due diligence process undertaken including vetting procedures by a specialist third-party organization. The checks consist of a press research carried out in local and national media covering both English and local language of the individual's jurisdiction of residence. The search examines the past 10 years in detail and provide information on any major issues identified in the past 20 years. A stewardship check is also undertaken on a similar basis, looking at organizations the individual has worked for or run. Professional and graduate level qualification, regulatory or licensing status, and employment for the past 10 years are also verified. Subject to jurisdictional restrictions, criminal records, credit records, civil litigation, and regulatory history checks are also conducted. In addition, each individual is asked to complete a declaration of interest. Once the checks have been completed, they are reviewed by the chair of the nominating committee and one other trustee on behalf of the full nomination committee. If these checks do not highlight matters that will prevent an appointment, approval to proceed will be sought from the nominating committee and then all trustees. After the above steps have been satisfactorily completed, an offer of appointment is made to the selected candidate. For reappointment, the following adjustments are made to the above process. For reappointment, the IASB member confirm whether they wish to be considered for reappointment. If they do not, the role is advertised as illustrated above. If they do interested in reappointment, then the same due diligence procedures are followed. Though these are limited to the period of their first term, that is just the last 5 years. Once all these checks have been completed satisfactorily, the IASB member will be interviewed by the chair of the nominating committee and a panel of members who will have access to the annual evaluation reports of the individual. The process for approving and making the appointment is the same as for the initial term. Key selection criteria involves demonstrated technical competency and knowledge of financial accounting and reporting, the ability to analyze, the strong communication skills, judicious decision making, awareness of the financial reporting environment, ability to work in a collegial atmosphere, integrity, objectivity, and discipline, commitment to the IFRS Foundation mission, and public interest. Ideal experiences for the posts are strong technical understanding of accounting and financial reporting matters, experience at the top of their profession, for example, a CFO of a large business, a senior investor analyst, a partner in an audit firm, an experienced corporate reporting standard setting, or an individual with senior regulatory background and with associated expertise in high level project management, conference speaking, and stakeholder engagement. Critical competencies for success are strategic and analytical thinking, communication and representational skills, influencing and negotiating skills, personal impact with appropriate diplomatic and ambassadorial skills. Thank you for watching the video, and if you have any questions, please do ask in the comment section.